I've been in this business 30 years, and Upland is probably one of the most engaged communities that I've ever seen. I have people who are committed to serving the public, and they serve the public with ownership. And I think that the folks that I have here are committed to that concept. I want people to feel like they can go to the grocery store, to the park, or anywhere in this community and feel safe. And I'm committed to that.
Nestled in the foothills of the Angeles National Forest, at the northwestern corridor of the Inland Empire, and within an hour's drive of Southern California beaches, deserts, and mountains, Upland is a vibrant city, boasting small-town charm as well as large city appeal, as seen in this episode of Upland is for You. Safe neighborhoods are the result of good relationships, dedicated professionals, and an engaged community. Residents who live in a safe community experience higher levels of personal happiness and are more likely to enjoy spending time outdoors. Having a reliable team of first responders is essential when it comes to the well-being of residents and businesses in cities with growing and diverse populations. The City of Upland is proud to entrust its safety to the Upland Police Department, led by Chief Darren Goodman, and to the San Bernardino County Fire Department, under the leadership of Assistant Chief Jeff Birchfield, with both departments standing prepared to respond to any emergency, day or night. Mayor Velto shares how Upland maintains its safe neighborhoods.
And we want to thank our police department, fire department. We have officers working our streets, patrolling. We have an impact team, and we have a police department that's proactive in working with our community. We have new fire trucks, new efficient equipment, quicker response times. This has been an added benefit to our community. They're visible, and they're there when you need them. The proven benefit of having San Bernardino County Fire part of Upland occurred with the fire on 7th Street in Upland. There was support from other cities, all impacting and protecting the lives of those residents in Upland. Upland is still a great place to live with its safe and secure neighborhoods.
San Bernardino County Fire plays a critical role in securing the well-being of the Upland community as a whole. Assistant Chief Birchfield shares how they maintain their constant state of readiness.
Our goal as the fire department is to ensure our crews here that serve and protect the city are in that state of readiness to be able to provide the best service possible. We've been able to replace the fire engine downtown, Station 161, Station 164 up in the colonies, received a brand new fire engine. Our next move is to replace engine 163 that serves the west side of the city over by the airport. We have added an auto pulse device to every apparatus in Upland. Provides automatic chest compressions on somebody that's in a cardiac arrest. If I save one person by implementing that auto pulse, then it's paid for itself, and we've done our job. We also have an emergency service officer that's assigned to Upland. She works for the San Bernardino County Office of Emergency Services. She's heavily involved with building disaster preparedness plans for Upland. She comes into play as a support role for us when we have incidents like that 7th Street fire. And then she coordinates with the Red Cross and with other entities within the county that can provide assistance to get back on track, to find some housing, to find funding for, furnishings and clothing.
We annexed our fire department in with the county, and I'm happy to see how that has worked out. I have seen the county step up and help in tremendous ways that we could not have done without the county's resources. When the 7th Street fire occurred, their Office of Emergency Services were able to have an event with all sorts of organizations there to help the victims in one setting.
Attending community events helps maintain not just us as the firefighters in that state of readiness, it also brings the community members and the neighbors together, and they get to know each other. That's a benefit to the community.
One key element of keeping Upland firefighters in a constant state of readiness is consistent training. Battalion Chief Serrano and his team illustrates how.
Our companies at County Fire here in the city of Upland go out and train on various buildings and practice different fireground scenarios that they could be faced with. Captain Sheridan and his crew are practicing laddering the building in case it were on fire. Everything's very planned and strategic so that we can control the flow path of the smoke, the fire, and the heat as best as possible. And Captain Sheridan will instruct his personnel as to where he is going to pretend the fire actually is and have them travel to that location. So the next part of this training evolution, we're simulating that we have a working fire inside of the structure behind us here. You see our firefighters putting on their breathing apparatus, getting ready to make entry into the structure and conduct fire suppression. Firefighter Rose opens up the nozzle so that he can bleed all the air out of the attack line, and then they would make entry at this point.
Upland's safe neighborhoods are the result of a dedicated team of firefighting and law enforcement professionals. Chief Goodman discusses the commitment of the police department and its dedication to ensuring and maintaining the security of the community.
I can say that I've seen my folks go through trial and tribulation, so I know the character of the men and women who work in this building. They're resilient, they're tough, they're committed, they're compassionate, and they're not giving up. We want to keep the community safe, and every single man and woman in this department has that same level of commitment. I want people to feel safe in their homes. I want people to feel like their decision to move to this city and put their kids in Upland schools was a good one. We spend a lot of time in recruiting, and we spend a lot of time evaluating people. I think our backgrounds are probably more extensive than any other position in the city. And we evaluate candidates based on a multitude of important character traits that give me the indication that this person is serious and this person is prepared to give their life and their livelihood to serve other people.
So when you think of Upland, I think the first thing that comes to mind is public safety. I think our police department has helped so many individuals that you don't really hear about. We have a fantastic police chief. And talking about Upland, City of Gracious Living, it's also a very safe city to raise a family. And I think that's very important for folks to know.
Partnerships are everything. It's the foundation of community policing. The community makes or breaks how well police do, and make sure that the community knows that we need them. Having people who are willing to get involved, participate in neighborhood watch programs, following us on social media, staying engaged with information that we're putting out. The most important thing is that this community knows that we are committed to them. And I know that there's community members that are super supportive of the Upland Police Department, and I'm eternally grateful for that. And my goal is to never let them down.
The Upland CERT team trains residents who wish to volunteer in their community by providing safety service opportunities. Neil Gerard tells us more.
Upland CERT has two primary missions. The first is education. We train citizens in preparedness, in how to keep their family, their friends, and their neighbors safe. Our secondary mission is to provide service to the Upland Police Department or the San Bernardino County Fire Department. The people who join CERT do so because they want to serve their community. It's not only about training, it's about actively participating. So we are called out frequently by the police department to assist them in events or in emergencies. Upland CERT makes Upland safer because we are able to respond to emergencies, providing support to police department and the fire department. If there is a major traffic accident that requires streets to be closed, our volunteers are trained in traffic management. We are in the quarterly Upland magazine. We have a website, www.uplandcert.net. One of the things we say about CERT is there is always room for everyone to participate. Living in Upland is wonderful. We have business owners, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have nurses, we have school teachers, we have police officers and firefighters, all choosing to live in our city to provide that safety, security, education, and well-being that helps Upland become a better place to call home.
You can catch future episodes of this series as well as find additional information by visiting us at www.uplandca.gov or on social media. And always remember, Upland is for you.